Imagine you're standing in a vast, dry desert in Peru. For miles in every direction, all you see is reddish-brown earth and scattered stones. It seems barren, almost lifeless. But then you take to the sky. Suddenly, the ground transforms. Scratched into the desert floor are enormous, perfect shapes. A hummingbird nearly 1,000 feet long, a giant spider with intricate legs, a monkey with a curious spiral tail, and straight lines, so perfect they look drawn with a ruler, running for miles, cutting across hills and valleys without the slightest deviation. These are the Nazca Lines. They were created over 2,000 years ago by a people who had no planes, no drones, no way to see their own work from above. So why? Why create art so massive it can only be truly appreciated from the heavens? Who were these giant figures for? This isn't just ancient graffiti. It's a message, an entire language carved into the planet itself. But the meaning of that message? That is one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. And today we're going on an investigation to try and decode it. First, let's get our facts straight. Who made these and how? The master artists were the Nazca people, a culture that flourished here between 500 BCE and 500 CE, long before the famous Inca Empire. Their technique was remarkably simple, yet totally brilliant. They didn't add anything to the landscape. Instead, they took something away. They carefully removed the dark, sun-baked, rust-colored pebbles that form the desert stop layer. Underneath is a much lighter, almost yellowish sand. By clearing away the dark stones, they created a stunning contrast, a light drawing on a dark canvas. And how did they survive for over 2 millennia? The climate here is one of the driest on Earth. There's almost no wind and very little rain, so the delicate lines have been naturally preserved, like a photograph left undeveloped for centuries. This simple method shows us that the Nazca people had a sophisticated understanding of geometry and large-scale surveying. Archaeologists believe they likely created small models or templates, and then used simple tools like wooden stakes and long ropes to scale them up to gigantic proportions. They didn't need alien technology to figure out the how. Their own ingenuity was more than enough. The real puzzle, the one that has stumped scientists and sparked wild theories for decades, is the why. Let's dive into the main theories, starting with the one most archaeologists believe is the closest to the truth. They were made for the gods in the sky. Life for the Nazca was a constant struggle for survival in a brutal desert. Their most precious resource was water. It makes sense that their gods were entities associated with the sky, the mountains, and the weather, the forces that controlled the rain. Many researchers believe the lines weren't meant to be viewed from above in the way we see a painting. Instead, they were sacred pathways, giant ceremonial circuits for ritual processions. Imagine groups of people walking along the outline of a giant hummingbird or a spider, chanting or praying, begging their deities for water. The animal figures themselves were likely powerful symbols. The spider is often associated with rain and fertility in ancient Andean cultures, and the hummingbird is linked to abundance. In this sense, the Nazca Lines weren't a picture gallery. They were a vast, open-air temple. You didn't look at it. You walked through it, participating in a massive community-wide act of faith. This leads us to our second theory, a giant astronomical calendar. This idea has a lot of merit. Pioneering researcher Maria Wright, who dedicated her life to studying the lines, discovered that many of them align perfectly with the sun, moon, and stars. During key celestial events, like the summer and winter solstices. This wasn't just for stargazing. It would have been incredibly practical, helping the Nazca track the seasons for planting and harvesting their crops. It also would have been deeply sacred, connecting their religious calendar to the cosmic cycles. So, this theory doesn't contradict the first one. Instead, it adds another layer. The lines were likely both a place for ritual and a functional tool, merging the spiritual with the scientific. Of course, we can't talk about the Nazca Lines without addressing the elephant in the desert, the alien runway theory. This idea exploded in popularity in the 1960s and 70s, suggesting that the long, straight lines were landing strips for extraterrestrial spacecraft, and the giant figures were signals to welcome them. It's a fun, imaginative idea that captures the public imagination. But scientifically, it has some major flaws. The most glaring one is the ground itself. The desert floor is made of soft earth and loose stones. It's not a hard, compacted surface. A modern airplane would tear it up, let alone a massive alien ship. You'd have trouble riding a bicycle on it without sinking. The theory also completely dismisses the proven skills, culture, and religious beliefs of the Nazca people who left behind plenty of other evidence of their sophisticated society. Finally, we have a more recent and fascinating clue, born from modern technology, a map of water sources. Using satellite imagery, researchers have made a groundbreaking discovery. Many of the lines, especially the large trapezoidal shapes, point directly to the locations of underground water sources, like subterranean rivers and wells. Some even align with the routes of ancient aqueducts, known as puquios, which the Nazca built to irrigate their fields. This powerfully strengthens the water ritual theory. The lines might have served as a literal and spiritual map of their lifeblood. They weren't just praying for water. They were mapping it, honoring it, and creating ritual pathways that connected them directly to their most vital resource. So, where does this leave us? When we put all the credible evidence together, a compelling picture emerges. The Nazca Lines were almost certainly a massive, multi-purpose ritual landscape. They were a sacred place to communicate with the gods who controlled water and fertility, the very forces that determined life and death in the desert. They were a calendar to guide their farming and religious life, and they were a map to their most precious resource. The true wonder of the Nazca Lines isn't a story of aliens versus humans. It's a testament to the sheer scale of human faith, creativity, and resilience. In one of the harshest environments on Earth, the Nazca people didn't just survive. They transformed their entire world into a cathedral, a calendar, and a map, all rolled into one. They did this for a purpose they believed was absolutely essential to their existence. And yet a core mystery remains. While we have a good grasp of the how and a very likely why, the specific rituals are lost to time. We don't know the songs they sang as they walked the lines. We don't know the prayers they offered or the precise meaning of every single shape. That intimate spiritual dialogue they had with their world, with their sky, is a secret the desert has kept for 2,000 years. The greatest mystery isn't who they were for, but what they truly said. So when you look at these incredible images, what do you see? A message to the gods? An ancient scientific instrument? Or something else entirely? The conversation continues, and that's what makes this one of history's most enduring puzzles. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.